It's Wednesday, and you already know what time it is. It's Q&A with Skinny. Ask away.
Money's gotta be the shoes.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, and of course, your questions. Hey, tonight's the night. It's Q&A with Skinny each and every Wednesday. Bringing those questions in. Hey, guys, you guys have been on fire with the questions. I've been giving you guys props, and I ain't just saying that because it sounds good. I'm definitely giving you guys props because a lot of these questions have really been thought-provoking, entertaining, hilarious. Some of them hilarious, but definitely it is definitely fire questions that's leading to fire content, and I have so much fun answering your questions. Man, the comment section is always a good spot to catch me in answering your comments and questions. But man, when it comes to Q&A Wednesdays, it's just another level. So kudos to you guys. Keep up the good work. Tip of the cap, you already know. Straight from your boy Skinny. So big shout outs. Also, speaking of big shout outs, man, gotta give a big shout out to, you already know, the squad, man. The squad did their thing today, man. Earlier this afternoon, my main man, Sports and Fitness Rants, Angry Old Hoops, and Hoop God, definitely Hoop God. Gotta tap in with him. Hoop God, big shout outs to you, bro. Man, you had a fire panel, and your boy, yes, he did, was creeping in the comment section on company time. Yeah. But it was good to tap in and say what's up to everybody real quick. But yeah, big shouts to you guys, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. When I say that this is the squad, man. When I say that we move as one, we move in unison, despite the fact that we may come from different walks of life, may have different styles, different ways of approaching our content. But at the end of the day, when we come together, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's definitely a beautiful thing. And this afternoon was definitely definitely an episode that showed that unity. So big shout outs to the squad. You already know what it is, man. Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Angry Old Hoops, Uncut Hoops, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness. What up, boy? Man, Jordan versus LeBron, Ticket TV, Michael Jordan fans are the best, NNB Sports TV, man, my main man, Shekel Storm, NBA. He's about to drop a fire video about George Truly. So I implore you to check him out, man. He's very entertaining. Man, he always shows the channel love. So of course we gotta show love back to Shekel Storm, NBA. You already know, big salute. The Real Mind Crime, big shouts to you, man. NBA Fact Self Research. I saw you in the I saw you on the panel, man. Good job, man. You always bringing those hard hitting facts, man. I'm always impressed with you, man. Definitely. The Allen Ricks TV. Big shout outs to you. Man Down Sports, Prince Sports, Geechee Life Sports Talk, and my main man, Kobe Bryant Film Room. Also, definitely, like I said, man, we definitely got to give a shout out to Hoop God. Definitely got to put him within the squad, man. Definitely a solid brother, man. He definitely knows his Larry Bird, man. I would definitely have to tag him in if anything Larry Bird trivia, man. I'll be like, hey yo, Hey, go ahead, man. Do your thing, man. Hey, he was definitely breaking it down, man. Definitely had the little fanboys in the spin cycle. So big shout outs to you guys, man. You guys definitely did your thing today. Man, definitely big shout outs. Hey, you already know what time it is, man. You already know what we came here for. It's that time. It's Q&A with Skinny. And let's get it. First question. Ooh, let's rewind it real quick. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, man, I guess we on fire. What, man, the last couple episodes, man. Last couple episodes. We've had to open up them doors. And welcome on in the latest member to the Hoophead Haven. As you already know, my Hoopheads, ladies, fellas, we're a global community of like-minded individuals that only come here for one purpose and one purpose only. And that's for real, and that's to be real hoop fans who have a real respect for the game, for the past, for the players of the past, and a wanting for better basketball today and for the future. So definitely big shout outs. Hey, all I ask is for one thing. If you ever see a fanboy in the comment section getting crazy, check them. You already know what it is. They're nameless, they're faceless within the walls of the Hoophead Haven. You already know. So let's welcome in the latest member. Big shout outs, big shout outs, big shout outs to the Autism Boy, Cottage 81. You already know what it is, man. Big shout outs to you. Big shout outs to your calls, man. You know what I'm saying, fighting for autism and all that stuff, man. Definitely big shout outs to you, man, for the worthy cause. You know, that's something that, that people have to deal with. Some people have to deal with, and they need all the support that they can. So big shout outs to you, man. Big shout outs. Hey, and everybody within the Hoophead Haven, man. Welcome in the Cottage Boy 81. You already know what it is, man. Man, let's get down to it now. Q&A. Q&A time with your boy Skinny. You already know. Big shout outs. Big shout outs to you guys, man. Big shout outs to you guys. Definitely, man. These questions have definitely been fire. This question right here was definitely cool, man. Big shout outs to Jessica from Motoring with Mouse Ball. Once again, coming in with another fire question. Man, this one was definitely definitely a cool one. Let's get down to it. Considering his brother Larry could play basketball but wasn't able to be drafted, and his father wasn't a pro athlete, do you believe MJ was created by God to play basketball? If anyone could prove that is there anyone, if not, can anyone prove that there's B-ball DNA in the Jordan family? And I have to say that's a great question because it was like it started off like just a ABC type of question, and then at the end it started getting real, real physiological and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Had to really definitely look beyond the pale, I guess, as they would say. But I would have to say, just on a basic level, practically. Larry could hoop, but Larry couldn't grow. Larry was 5'10", and I mean, yes, he was blessed with a 44-inch vertical. You know what I'm saying? Could do all the dunks. If you guys aren't hip, check out on YouTube. Check out Larry. Just check out Larry Jordan highlights, and you'll see it, man. This guy, serious hops. This dude can play, definitely. But unfortunately for him, Michael Jordan had the growth spurt, and he didn't. But that did not stop him from the fact that he was cooking Jordan. But we're going to hold it right there because I think that this is going to tie into the second half of your question. So we're going to leave it right there. All right. Now, you're saying that, do you believe that MJ was created by God to play basketball? If not, can anyone prove that there's B-ball DNA in the Jordan family? Now, this right here is where you have nature versus nurture, as they would say, within the science environments and communities. It's the old question of nature versus nurture. I would definitely say on the natural side, the God-given side, yes, Michael Jordan was blessed, was definitely blessed with the height of reaching 6'6", um, having a wingspan of a an almost 7 footer, having hands that are that were almost so big that basically he held the basketball like an orange. I mean, that's freakish. To be blessed with a 4.3 40, to be blessed with a 40 with a 48-inch vertical at this height, to be able to hang in the air, the ability to hang in the air, like that was something is unheard of, not seen before. I would definitely have to say that is the God-given side of it all. But I would also have to say it was nurture as well, and that's where Larry comes in, because Larry was the obstacle, the first obstacle. Before Jordan could conquer anything in the basketball world, he had to get past Larry Jordan. Larry Jordan with the 44-inch vertical that could throw his shot several blocks down the street if he wanted to. Serving Mike every night to the point that Mike was running in the house crying in tears, slamming the door to his room because he just could not beat Larry. Larry was the obstacle. And because of those wars, because between a brother who has the ability, but the God-given wasn't there, he had certain limitations, versus the one who was given all the God's gifts, but could not, he definitely had to forge himself within this game. And Larry proved to be the first gatekeeper to his pantheon, to the top of basketball immortality. He had to get past Larry, and that's where the nurture comes in. It seems almost like that there was almost a basketball DNA within the family, because that competitiveness was fed within that family. Sometimes within certain families, you're born into certain personalities. Some families are born into being very intellectual. Some are born to more eclectic. Some are just born into just flat out competitive households where you're fighting and scrapping and you're going after for everything. You're scrapping, you're scraping for everything, from the last piece of pizza to who's first to the shower. I mean, and everything in between. So definitely when it came to sports, I think within the Jordan household, I think that's where that competitive fire reached its zenith. And I definitely think that that competitive DNA that I think was already born within the Jordan family, because you hear the stories that they Michael and Larry would go at it about everything. So I mean, if that's not competition, what is? But you're being born into that and being raised in that and cultivated in that. It almost seemed like there was a basketball DNA, but as you can see, that it was Michael who was able to take it the furthest. But also that basketball DNA probably started and stopped with MJ, because as you can see, his sons, they even, although they did play in throughout college, and that is a pretty high level for anyone to make it to Division I basketball. Um, I mean, as you can see, there were no more little Air Jordans after Daddy Air Jordan retired. So basketball DNA, that's kind of a myth in a lot of ways. It may seem like it's DNA, but it's usually forged within other things, such as a competitive spirit or competitive nature within one's household or one's environment. And I think that's where the nature and the nurture came together, made the perfect storm that created Michael Jordan. Because many people say that uh, that 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 Michael was, he was perfectly built to play basketball. He had the perfect specifications. He had the special abilities. He had the right amount of grit, determination, killer instinct, clutch gene, the desire to be the best, the desire to work hard, the desire to go to the gym, to get stronger, work on any deficiency that he has until he forged himself into being the perfect basketball player. And that right there is where nature and nurture meet, because you gotta have the perfect blend of both. You can't just have one overpowering the other, because then you're not going to have that cohesive balance. And that's why you see so many people not reach the top. And when you see that perfect storm being made and being put together, such as a Michael Jordan, that's why when you see other great people within different walks of life and different professions, they are known as the Michael Jordan of whatever you do. And that's where it comes from. It's not just DNA. It's not something that you're born with. Most of the time is just stuff that you have to just build on your own. You got to make it, but if you build it on your own and you cultivate it to perfection, yeah, you can make it look like God just said, you know what? Bing. That's you. I hope I answered your question though, Jessica. That was an awesome question. So big shout out to you for that. Definitely, that was definitely fire. Um, let's go to the second question. It's, you already know, man. My main man, Hayden Phoenix, straight out Boston zone, straight out. I hate Boston, but you know what? I got mad love for Hayden, but I hate Boston. You already know how I feel. But definitely big shout outs. He came with another fire question. I'm not gonna lie, Hayden's been coming through. Hey, y'all gonna have to catch Hayden, man. Right now, man, he's been coming through with the 100-round drum. He just been hitting up the the Hoop Head Haven with mad questions. So I mean, you guys gonna have to catch up, man. Hayden is out here. He's out in front, man. Every week it's like I'm looking. I'm like, dang it, another fire question from Hayden. Another fire question from Hayden. So another fire question from Hayden. What what do you think it would look like if you swapped MJ and LeBron? Put LeBron's rookie season in 1984 and Jordan in 03, and they played for the same teams. Can you imagine MJ playing with Wade and Bosh, or having a center like AD? I'm thinking he's winning at least 10. Appreciate you, bro. Well, I appreciate you, Hayden, for this fire question. And let's get right down to it. Man, you already know if I am Mr. Skinny Hardaway, magician, sports mathematician, and commissioner of the imaginary NBA, and LeBron James was on his way to the NBA out of high school, I would sit him down and I would say, young man, you have an incomplete game. There is no way we're putting you in the NBA. Take your butt to college. But since I can't say that, we're going to do it your way. I just want to throw that in there. But, all right, let's say, all right, LeBron James in the 1984 NBA draft, the Chicago, with the third pick in the 1984 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select LeBron James out of St. Vincent St. Mary's High School. Now let's see. LeBron James will be walking into a situation where the majority of his teammates are on dope. Yes, that's why they called Michael Jordan's rookie year, they called them the Traveling Cocaine Circus. That was the secret nickname of the Chicago Bulls. If you have not watched the Last Dance, you probably wouldn't be hip to that. But yes, that's exactly what they were known for. They were known for kicking it. They were known for getting lifted. They were known for hollering at the ladies. They were known for just blowing that bag in the club. So now you have this young, impressionable 18-year-old being thrown into all of this mess. This right here may just cause some kind of mental scarring somewhere down the line, especially if you are hip to the Delonte West story. I don't think you would want any of those guys around LeBron's mom. We'll just leave it right there. So now you have thrown in an 18-year-old LeBron James into this cesspool of debauchery. A young, impressionable, innocent 18-year-old who was just on the cover of Sports Illustrated, tagged as the chosen one, and you got him down in Chicago, 1984. This high school phenom is going to have a hell of a time getting through this season. The Chicago Bulls, the worst franchise in the league, hands down. And LeBron James is going to have his struggles. Because, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. With the defense that would be allowed to be performed on LeBron James, getting physical with him, well, number one, first and foremost, there would be no taking the ball up the court. If you are 6'9", 260 pounds, guess where you're going to be at, LeBron James? On that damn block. And I hope that you have some post moves, because if you don't, you will be seeing the pine, no matter how cold you may be on the break. If you do not have a post game, you are not playing in the NBA in 1984. Sorry, not your size. You're going to have some post moves. The main, I would have to say at that time, since LeBron James hypothetically is drafted straight out of high school, the previous high school phenom that came into the NBA would be the one Moses Malone, straight out of high school. And you want to know what made him such a high school phenom going into the pros? What made him a surefire three-time MVP? The brother was a genius on the block. The brother was a genius in the post. The brother would clean the glass. They called him the chairman of the boards for a reason. 20 rebounds was nothing to him. It was not a big deal. LeBron James, he doesn't even have half of that. So I would have to say majority of his rookie year on the bench. 1984 NBA is not going to coddle to anybody, especially some 18-year-old kid who has nothing, who has proven nothing on an NBA court. It was a different time back then. Couldn't be coddled. You didn't have all these agencies that pulled levers and strings for you. You had to get it out the mud. You had to get it on your own. You came into the league zero. Day one, you were at zero. And you were either going to be in the negative or you was going to work your way up to the positive. Maybe you can get in the dunk contest or something, LeBron. I don't know. I have to say, throughout most of the majority of your career, you're going to have teammates that, quite frankly, they ain't the $1 million all-stars that you're going to play with. LeBron would not be playing with any of these all-stars. He would be playing with guys like Dave Corzine, Orlando Woodridge, Craig Hodges. Shout outs to Craig Hodges. Big shout outs to him, though. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be playing, you're going to be, Charles Oakley is probably going to be your second best player. You're going to struggle. You're definitely going to struggle. But, hey, eventually, after a few years, because you missed your first, LeBron missed his first, 2 years? Yeah, he didn't get to the playoffs till his third year. Michael led the Bulls day one. From the moment he became a Chicago Bull, the Bulls were in the finals. We're in the playoffs. Every year. Every year he played. Every year he suited up for the red and black. They made the playoffs. Never missed under Michael Jordan. So, given that same trajectory, yeah, you're going to miss a few playoffs. But help is on the way, or so you think. You're going to draft Scottie Pippen. You're going to draft Horace Grant in a few years later in the 1987 draft. But guess what? Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant are probably two of the more weaker mentally, you know what I'm saying? I have to say mentally weaker players in the NBA at that time. There is no Michael Jordan to put a foot up, you know what I'm saying, to put a foot to their butts, you know what I'm saying, for slacking off and pushing them to the next level, because LeBron James's personality is not that of a drill sergeant. It's not that. So now you're going to have a mentally weak team just making it to the playoffs, doing just enough to get to the playoffs, but getting sunned by the Boston Celtics, getting sunned by the Detroit Pistons. Heck, you're probably going to get sunned later on by the Orlando Magic, Indiana Pacers, whoever Chicago had to battle during these times. Miami Heat probably would have gotten up on these Bulls teams because they would have been mentally weak, led by one LeBron James. I don't see any championships coming in Chicago with LeBron James leading. It'd be a terrible career. But now with Michael Jordan, put him in 03, oh, he's taking off. He's taking off. You're going to have Michael Jordan leading a Cleveland Cavaliers team that has players like Zydrunas Ilgauskas. You're going to have guys like Larry Hughes. You're going to have guys like Ricky Davis. Michael Jordan, that's enough for Michael Jordan to do some damage in the playoffs. Cleveland would make the playoffs year one, possibly make it out of the first round, go to round two. But slowly but surely, Mike is going to lead Cleveland to the promised land. Yes, Michael Jordan was going to give them that one championship. By the time he leaves, in year, what would that be, 7? In year 7, Michael Jordan would have led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the promised land on his way out the door to Miami. I think that Boston would get Mike in one of those Cleveland years. I think Boston would be the stumbling block, and I think that Michael Jordan would finally get over that hump and finally capture an NBA championship. Yes, sir. Over Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, I definitely think that Michael Jordan would have got one. We would have definitely got one on Kobe. Definitely. But him moving down to Miami, and you're giving him Chris Bosh and a prime Chris Bosh and a prime Dwayne Wade. Yes, Michael Jordan is about to turn up the notch. It's going to be championship, like what LeBron said, not one, not two. No, that's what Michael Jordan's going to be doing for real. It's going to be not one, not two, not three, not four. I say about 5 rings. And then he goes back to Cleveland, and now you giving him a prime Kyrie and a prime Kevin Love, and he's not squandering that. Not with the supporting cast that he's had with players like Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, you know what I'm saying, Tristan Thompson. You got guys like that, man. It's crazy. You could definitely do damage. And I see Michael Jordan with that squad winning probably about 3 more. So that's what? You got 1 in Cleveland the first time. You got 5 in Miami. That's 6. You got another 3 in Cleveland. Now you're going to L.A. Now you're about to round it up. Now you're about to round it off. You go into L.A. You walking in that door with 8 chips. You MJ. You got the league. You've been killing the league. You just been doing it all. Everywhere you go, you winning. Everywhere you go and you're winning. It's the opposite of LeBron. Everywhere you're going, you're winning. So you round it up in L.A. You're coming towards the end of your career. But you still got the juice still left in you thanks to the technologies of today, with Michael Jordan being able to get better rest, play less games, less backs to backs and all that, his body can be rested. So now Michael Jordan with his regimen, his you know what I'm saying, his weight regimen and his workout regimen, oh, he's ready. He's ready. And he's doing it naturally. He's doing it naturally. Thanks to, you know what I'm saying, the medicines and technologies of today, he's doing it. And he's prolonging his career. And I say he rounds off his career with another 4 more championship rings. He walks off tying, as a matter of fact, no, my bad. He ends up breaking Bill Russell because he can't be, he wants to be number 1. He finally gets number 12. He walks away. He walks away with 5 rings in LA. Calls it a career. 12 rings. MJ. That is exactly what I think would it be like if you swap MJ for LeBron and give them those careers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's just what I think. But we'll never know. But that being said, man, I'm gonna leave it right there. It's a good Wednesday, hump day. You already know what it is, man. Middle of the week. We're almost there. We're halfway there. Thank you guys for checking in. Checking into the Hoophead Haven, tapping in with your boy for a little bit. And I just ask you guys to, man, love on your loved ones, love on them babies. You already know what it is, man. Tomorrow's definitely not promised. You know what I'm saying? Be a blessing out there, not a burden. You already know, be a helping hand if you can. Be responsible, be respectful. You already know what it is. Clear head, good intentions in your heart. And you out of here, you already know. Just want you all to be careful. Don't do anything stupid. Cam, you stay out of trouble. But I wish you all a good evening. And you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway. This is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I guess I'll leave you with these words. Peace. And wear your sneakers.